Actually, Kerry's older sister is a professional ballroom dancer, so
she's in the right place.
A tale of two careers, I would say, for the Vera sisters. All right, so round number 2. See if Leslie Smith can muster up any sort of challenge here. Certainly has to be behind on the scorecards after round 1.
You know, I think that even though she's taken a few shots, you got to give her girl credit. She's been pushing the action forward, not afraid to engage. Sometimes people get gun shy. You get hit a couple times, they back away, they look a little more tentative. Hasn't been the case with Smith. Vera's put a couple right down the pipe. She's continued to move forward. It's one of the things the judges look at, so it's hard to figure out if the judges are looking at what criteria each individual judge has that stands out more than others.
Well, Smith promised her cardio would not abandon her. Of course, Colorado Springs, Colorado does a lot of hiking, couple dogs, incline work, so she's ready to go.
Spinning back fist by Smith. Somebody watched the YouTube video last week.
There you go. She's looking for the highlight this week, and probably the best punch landed so far for Leslie Smith.
Vera's doing a good job of countering with that straight right. You notice every time Smith sets up the legs, Vera is countering with a right hand or a jab to kind of take the balance off, and it puts a little extra pressure on Smith when she's throwing those kicks.
You see Smith feeding off the crowd there a little bit. They like the spinning back fist, even though a lot of the support here is for Kerry Vera.
Kerry Vera looks like a really refined striker. She's put together good combinations, and haven't really got to see her too much on the ground, obviously, and the clinch has been minimal. But at this point, like I said, you really have to give the round to Vera.
Huge right hand there. I mean, when she lands, Smith is backed up.
Yeah, she lands hard. She definitely hit punches with a lot of force. Excuse me.
One of Kerry's trainers, Eric Del Fiero, says she's one of his best strikers, male or female, and the results would back that statement up.
You know, Leslie Smith, no slouch herself. Got a little blood now underneath the nose of Kerry Vera.
And she probably likes it. She's probably smiling.
She likes everything about MMA. Punching, getting punched. Both girls doing a great job of exchanges here.
A couple nice kicks there for Leslie Smith. Her corner urging her to be aggressive, and she's taking the advice. You do see the blood, though, there on the nose of Leslie Smith. So
both fighters have a different strategy going into this. Obviously, they both want to stand and bang, but Leslie Smith is doing a little more of that flat-footed, just walk forward, throw punches, kind of Vanderlei Silva-esque, if you will. Just kind of happy to stand in the pocket and throw some leather. Kerry Vera a little more light on her feet. You see the heels of a Kerry Vera off the mat there, bouncing around, getting a little better angles. Oh, here we go. This could be the start of the grappling match.
You know, you'd think Smith might be well served to try and get this thing to the ground if there is any weakness in Kerry Vera. I mean, she hasn't been practicing on the ground all that long. Not that Leslie Smith brings a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt to the table, but...
No, I definitely think that if I'm the corner of Smith now, I mean, it's close to call. The corner man might be excited about this fight and think she's winning, but I think by all accounts, you got to at least test Kerry Vera on the ground, knowing that she doesn't have any fights and she comes from a kickboxing background. You know, you'd lend it would. Oh, good right hand, it dropped her.
Vera trying to pounce here. Leslie Smith certainly stunned by that right hand, but there's the smile, ear to ear, never fails.
And you can see there that Kerry Vera had to stand up, even though Smith went to the ground. She didn't instinctually follow her up and try to throw any punches and get a TKO stoppage.
Yeah.
Kind of had a half-second hesitation there. Maybe coming from the kickboxing background, just feeling like it's okay and she can beat her on her feet. But definitely throwing some heavy hands. So
confident, you're right, in her striking and her cardio that didn't necessarily take advantage of that potential opening there to take things to the ground.
Ironic, we're just talking about the ground game of Vera, and Smith ends up on the ground.
We're also just talking about the face of Leslie Smith. You see it there. Kerry Vera's been opened up a little bit.
Blood smears.
And her husband, the UFC light heavyweight Brandon Vera, I mean, he does not like to watch his wife fight, but certainly supports her in this endeavor, and it'll be interesting to see his reaction after round 2.
That was a faucet opened up under the nose of Kerry Vera there. He's bleeding pretty heavy.
So Smith's a gamer, you know, showing off her chin. I think both ladies showing off their chin. I think you also brought up a good point earlier. You see Leslie Smith far more flat-footed at this stage of the fight. Kerry Vera still bouncing up and down.
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
So it doesn't get much better than this for women's mixed martial arts. Leslie Smith and Kerry Vera, the third round when we return.